It's gonna point right at my little ice cream scoop. Oh, yeah, you gotta get
That
excited.
wasn't bad singing.
Okay, then here is a lot of fun. This is fun. See how fun I can have with this. Okay, here is an edge on this. I hope I have it drawn right because I think I drew this first time and it's such a big mess. I'm like, God, Ellen, how can you not draw something that simple? It's like, okay, get away. Gotta go in your right brain and see the angle of the line is. It's got tassels. Funky stuff.
Excellent tassels. Excellent tassels.
It's just so cool to do. You gotta enjoy it while you got that short period of time, then you have to quit. It's kind of like in grade school, I did this Louise and May Alcott report, and I had to draw, I drew a cover of the lady with something going into the, and the teacher said, oh, she really has nice eyelashes. And I kept making the eyelashes thicker and thicker and thicker, and they look like bricks when I got done. I said, I really thought they were cool. But I don't did it. Now, I'm not going to paint this gold edge because it would just get too much. This thing is not straight either. I just love it. It's so incorrect. Okay, well, it's not that impressive. Maybe we need a little something. Some muck in there.
So is it like an awning?
It's an awning that's not there. It's in this other building, but yeah, this has a yellow edge with fringe. It's not really there, but I moved it because I thought it was cool. I wanted to paint it. And I'm the artist. I can paint whatever I want. I have these conversations with myself sometimes. Like one time I was painting this cow, and I was this very serious cow. I got this urge, I wanted to put a grid on the cow. No, you just paint this cow, just the cow. I kept saying that. Well, then I entered in the contest, so I couldn't change it. So I said, well, if it doesn't get in, I might put a grid in it. And then I had this conversation when I was trying to decide whether to put the grid on. And it was like, you just want to put a grid on there because it would sell. Well, that's true. It would probably sell better with the grid. Well, but I really want to paint the grid. Well, you're the artist. Paint the grid. Okay. Oh, yeah. Gotta give yourself permission.
Did you paint the grid?
I did, and then I went wild. It was totally wild.
Have you painted this painting before?
This one?
Yeah.
No.
That was coming up.
No, this is a new painting. I don't like painting the same painting. I get bored and it shows. You don't want to get bored when you paint. That's stuff. You know, in college they used to make us paint like a wicker basket or a corn cob. And you know, every kernel. And you figure out how to do it. And then you do it again. And then you do it again. And you do it again, and it's like, pretty soon, like, you gonna stop? So you have to get creative, but if you get bored,
I'm wondering if you could move the painting up. No,
Yeah.
yeah, that way, keep going. Because you see, the way in the back, they're not seeing what you're doing.
Oh.
Okay, good. That's good. As you work down, we got to keep the painting further up on the screen.
now here's some background stuff. I'm painting around this so-called table I gestured in here. But when you do this, you need to connect the subject to the background. I spent a whole semester on backgrounds because I did in college, and my theme was for my BFA show was portrait figure. And what I would do is I'd paint these figures, and then I would think about, I tried to get these portraits really right, and then I was scared that I would wreck it. And then I would put on, I shouldn't talk about this one painting, this is too hard. But I make this mess if I on a few of them, so then I just kind of wait till I was all done, and I paint blue in there like those horrible high school photographs you have with the blue background. That was kind of, and I got chewed out good time. So I had to think, and I studied them. I never really got it till I saw an artist who used their shapes so well. Can't remember his name. Tried to figure it out. I went back to Saturn Gallery. He was so masterful at that I was like, wow, I get it now. But I tried, but I learned all kinds of tricks. But you have so much power here. This is where, now what I'm going to do to her shoulder. She's so cute. Now I'm going around my lady here in the foreground, so I have to grab her. This gal kind of has
Break time.
break time. Uh-oh, are we falling asleep? You should see my cucumbers. Didn't mean to bring that up today, but it's a good one. So here is just a dark shape. It's it looks different when I look at it in color. Yeah, that's what I always tell my class, don't be late on it, you miss the joke in the morning. So they get there on time.
What part of the country is this?
This is Catalina Island off of California. We were just there in May for a meeting. But, okay, that's a golf cart. Who knows? Okay, but that's something, just an interesting shape. These are really symmetrical. Generally, I'm not attracted to symmetrical shapes. But, well, maybe not true, always true. Okay, let me see. I work on I'll do a couple of t-shirts, white t-shirts for you. These are light. Ah. Is that? Oh, that's it. Okay. Just a little shape. You can take time to get it on there. And I always look at my picture versus my drawing, because usually I have errors. So hopefully I will improve as I go along on getting rid of those errors. I can't paint his arm in there. This is my security blanket. I gotta have that. Here's another t-shirt guy. Here's this. Oh. See that I mean. But you can see that even this little shape, I'm taking a little time to make the color on it what I want. And you can always, if I go out of the line, it's so light. Probably can't see that. That it won't show. Here, now you can, that looks like I did it. Let's say if I wanted to lift out, I'm dripping on here, so I'm trying to make that work in. But I could, this paint is pretty opaque, and I could paint some water in it. Here's some thingies, some shapes here, and I can just lift them out. If I don't like them, maybe I liked them better before. But you can paint them back in or change the color. That wasn't very effective. Usually that looks really awesome. Okay. I think I'll work on my little faces for you and the hair on these girls. I think they're pretty interesting. I'm not tending to tell though. I did put myself through college for portraits. I do portraits for 3 years. And I did bars and all kinds of stuff. And then I did caricatures. Caricatures were, I did them for $3, magic marker. And they were fast, but they really taught me to pay attention so I could watch where I wanted things or didn't want them. So, I'm just looking at the big shapes on her face right now. A little nose. This is a weird deal to me because better not go there. May not look like much, but you want to get this structure in. You don't want it too, I use a cerulean blue on faces. I found it looks less gross when you put the shadows. I did one on my brother in high school, And I used the yellow green blue on his neck, and he's like, "What do you think? I have a dirty neck or something?" And I thought I did such a good job, and apparently insulted the hell out of him. Such as the life of being a portraiture. That was high school. You can. But I find that a very good color for skin.
What do you find good for skin?
The cerulean blue. I use the rose madder and the new gamboge, which I'm struggling with. Now this is a black gal, so I have to. I'm darker than normal. It seems like I've been doing a lot of diversity paintings lately, so I've tried in this picture not to get the same race throughout the whole picture, because I think it's neat to have the diversity. So strong. Okay, then that's all I can do on her face right now. But you can see her hair is going like this. You can see the ice cream scoop. That's really a big deal to me. So I gotta be careful with my ice cream scoops. So this gal. Fuzzy hair. So she's got the reflected light on her hair. If you ever have to do a perm, I'll tell you, it looks good for an hour. No. Then it goes to hell. But I don't know. This gal must have just had her hair done. Now here again, this comes into, these are very interesting shadows. It helps I did so many portraits. What?
Is that a Winsor Newton? Also, you switched brushes?
Yeah, this is a smaller one. This
Same
is,
type?
yes. Can't read what its size it is. I think it's a quarter. What's this one? We got here's a 3/4. I don't know that that's it. There's a 1/2 inch, and so you can switch down. We had a workshop, and this guy said these were crappy brushes, and I'm like, huh? I like them because they have spring.